welcome to Mayhem. Coming to you today from my lovely craft room that is kind of uncontrolled chaos back there behind me. But I'm doing the intro to the video today where you can actually see me, even though this is going to be a DIY tutorial, because I wanted to come on and thank you for stopping by my channel. But I also wanted to let you know that the DIY tutorial I'm doing today is part of a challenge hosted by my YouTube friend Heidi Sonboul, and I'm going to link her channel down below in the description. She's actually hosting this DIY challenge, and it's going to be a monthly challenge, and each month she'll come up with the theme for that month, and anybody that's doing the challenge will come up with a video, a DIY video, and she will add it to the playlist, which you'll be able to find the playlist on her channel. And that playlist is going to go live tomorrow. I'm not sure if she said 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. It may be 1 Eastern time, and that will be January 29th. So the playlist will go live. So click on the link down below the video in the description to Heidi Sonboul. That'll be her YouTube channel. She'll be the one that will have the playlist uploaded. And I will also come back and link the playlist down below the video once it's out there and available. So just wanted to let you know what was going on, and I'm gonna get right into the DIY tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for stopping by. Hey everybody, welcome back to Mayhem. Seriously, this is going to be the easiest DIY project, and it's going to come out so cute, you're going to be amazed. Not really sure why I have this. I don't need this. But what we're going to be using for this DIY is this love heart thing from Dollar Tree. I have 3 bunches of the flowers, the roses from Dollar Tree, and y'all, these roses are beautiful. This is kind of an off-white with a pale peachy pink center, and then these are kind of a peachy, and so we're going to do a little bit of an ombre effect with these. I think 3 bunches is going to be enough. You're going to need scissors, wire cutters. You're going to need a couple paint brushes. I'm going to use just a small paintbrush and then a sponge brush. You're going to need a tiny piece of sandpaper. I'm using Waverly chalk paint in Elephant and Waverly chalk paint in Plaster. You're going to need a little bit of jute rope, and this came from the Dollar Tree. The Waverly chalk paint came from Walmart. And then you're going to need your hot glue gun. So what we're going to do, I'm going to remove this love piece from this sign. I'm going to try to not mess anything up because I might want to use it on another project. It's just glued down on there and it's coming off really easy. So we're going to remove that, and I might want to paint over this or something and use it on another project, so I'm going to set it over to the side. And I've got a stash of stuff back here you can probably see, but that's from other projects. I'm going to go ahead and cut this tag off, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this red hanger because I'm going to use a piece of jute to hang this with. If it will come off, it's just kind of wrapped around. And this project was inspired from a fellow YouTuber, and I will link that down at the bottom because I don't want to get her name wrong. I was gonna verify that before I started filming, and I didn't. So I will link her channel down below. So I just need to figure out where I can start taking this, I don't even know what you call this, tinsel off. Okay, so I've got it started there at the top. There are these little loops all around the outside of this heart. We're going to take all this tinsel off, and then I'm going to chop those off. Okay, so we're just going to remove this tinsel. I don't want to cut it, because if you cut it, it makes a mess. And so I don't want to cut it. I just want to unwind it. And you know what? I can put this in my stash, and I might be able to use this for something maybe next Christmas. So I just want to take this off. As you can see, once you get it started at the top, it's just back and forth. Get all that out of the way. And as you can see, you've got these little nubby things all the way around. I'm going to get rid of those by just using my wire cutters. You want to be careful. I'm going to start down here at the bottom actually. You want to be careful to not break your form. Because I've seen a couple videos where people have used this and they've been, they've been a little bit aggressive and their form has broken. So I'm going to try to, I wonder if it would go better if I did it this way. I want to try to do this where I'm not sending the pieces flying, but that one worked alright. But in the same time, so I'm just going to remove all of these and then we'll continue. Okay, so I also forgot to tell you that you would need a craft knife. As you can see, I went around, I got all the little nubbies off around the outside, except for this one at the very top. And I was afraid to use my wire cutters on that because of where it is. I didn't want to break the frame. So I'm going to use my craft knife to get that one off and then clean up any other areas that might need to be taken care of. So that's what I'm going to do next. And please, please, please be careful doing this part. We do not need any trips to the emergency room because somebody got injured with their craft knife. So I'm going to do the best I can. While this is not real hard, I'm not a real good craft knife user, so I'm trying to be really careful to not get injured in this process and also not break the form. Please don't cut towards yourself on this. Cut away. There are just a few little rough places that you can just kind of scrape and get off. I did notice that some of them had like this tag in the center. Mine didn't have that, so I'm not really sure why some did and some didn't. So I'm good with that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in plaster with my foam brush, and I'm going to paint the whole heart form. Okay, got my paper plate over here. I'm just going to put some paint out on that. It's not going to take very much. And this chalk paint covers really good. And I'm not putting very much paint out at all because I really don't think it's going to take too much. So I'm just going to paint this with this plastic brush or with this foam brush. And I'm not concerned that it has totally full coverage, and when we get a little further in you'll understand why. I'm going to distress this out some, and I'm going to want part of this form showing through because of the color of it. It's a rusty color, and I'm going to want some of that showing through to where it makes this heart look like a metal heart that's been out in the weather and starting to rust. I see a couple little places right there I need to clean up, but I can clean that up after. Okay, so I did end up go ahead and painting the back part of the heart just because I was seeing too much of the red when I was looking through the heart. So again, it doesn't have to be totally covered because I'm going to now come back in with the elephant and just randomly paint around. I'm trying to create like the look of old painted metal that, you know, maybe it was black metal somebody painted white and then it started rusting. So that's what we're trying to create with this. And I did have the chance to check, and the fellow YouTuber who inspired this was Sea Panda Crafts, and I will link her channel in the description below so you can go check her out. She does some awesome DIYs over on her channel. I'm not even going to bother, oh, that's probably too much. I'm not even going to bother wiping the white off of my brush. I'm just going to go in and I don't want to cover the whole thing. I'm trying to be careful because some of this is still wet. I don't want to cover the whole thing. I'm going to go heavier in some places and lighter in others. Just random. And you can just paint it until you're satisfied with the way it looks. And just as an FYI, if you're going to paint the back, you will need to clean that up a little bit better than I did with the pieces sticking out. Earlier I had said that you didn't really need to worry about getting all that off the back, but if you're going to paint it, you might want to go ahead and just clean up all those little knobbies that are on the back. Alright, so I think I'm good with that. Alright, I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to let that dry. And shouldn't take too long, and I'll be back. Okay, now that the paint's dry, except there's a little up here that I just touched up, and you'll want to pay close attention to the center there. I still had a lot of red showing there, so I touched that up just a little bit. So I'm going to avoid that for just a few minutes, but what I'm going to do now is take the sandpaper, and I'm just going to very lightly just scuff it just a little bit so that you can see just peaks of that red, or it's almost a rusty color showing through, that will make it look like just weather worn. And you can do as little or as much of this as you want. I want to see just a little bit of that poking through, not all over, but just random. Get some on the outside of the heart too. Just a little random. And it's easy. It doesn't take much at all to get it to like scrape off. So I think I'm good with that. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my roses on. I've been going back and forth as to whether or not I was going to use the leaves, but I think I am, so I'm just going to push all the leaves up to right underneath the rose. And then I'm going to use my wire cutters and just cut off right under where the leaf is. So I'll go ahead and cut all these off. I think 3 bundles of this is going to be enough. I have more if I need them, but I'm going to start with this and see how that goes. Alright, so I'm going to try to glue these where the crosses meet. So first of all, I'm just going to try to lay this out a little bit so I can figure out where I'm going to be putting my roses to get the best coverage. I think 4 there, and then 2 more here. Yep, I think that's what I want to do. I hope you can see that. So I'm just going to glue right here to this cross right here by the small section. I'm going to put hot glue on that and on the rose. Ooh, and I am not a good hot gluer. No, I'm just not. Like that right there is going to get glued to the table. One over here at the same section. Put just a little bit on here. No. Do 2 down here, 1 on each side of this little cross section. I keep putting my glue gun right in the way. One of these days I'm going to invest in a cordless glue gun, so that I don't have to worry about it. I can sit it wherever I want to. But for now, that's what I've got. Alright. I'm going to put these 2 right up here. Where's that going to go? Yeah. And the next one right here. And I may have left the ends of mine a little long, so you may want to cut that down just a little bit more. Alright, so there we have that, the bottom. And then I'm going to use the lighter color along the top of there and maybe up the sides a little bit. Then I'm going to angle these back down towards the bottom just a little bit, because I want the top part of the wreath, I want you to be able to see the metal. Well, I've got a stem there with no I don't know. I thought I was missing a rose top, but I guess I'm not. I'm just going to put the blue there. And then, like I said, I'm going to aim this one down just a little bit. Whoops. And I'll probably go back in on the back and cut those off a little bit. I see I need one right there to fill that in. So to make this side even, I'm going to put one on this side in the same spot. And for what I'm wanting, I don't think I'm going to have to use all of the flowers that I thought I was going to need. But I might end up using them all. And you could use any kind of flowers on this. You could do a totally different spring mix flower on it for springtime. Dollar Tree has some beautiful stems, so you could use anything with this. It's very versatile. And I think I'm going to go one more up the side so that it's not just going straight across, but at a little bit of an angle. No, not too high up with that one. I looked at that. Just scoot it down just a little bit. I want it closer. So I'm actually going to end up gluing this to the flower beside it, I think. Let's see. Let me put it on this. Because there's not really a crossbar there to stick it to. So I'm just going to stick it to that flower, and then I'm going to put some glue underneath. That's much better. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. To try to not stick my finger in the glue. A little glue underneath. I like that. I got a little glue string going on. Last but not least, I'm just going to use this jute to make a little bow for the top and a hanger. So I'm just going to cut a little piece to make a hanger with. All I'm going to do is just make a loop, make a little slip knot down there. Actually, a couple little knots. Well, then I'm just going to take it. I always get this backwards. So if I want the loop up top, I'm going to go run it in between where I did the knot down there. And just tighten it down. There you've got your little hanger. Okay, so to make the bow for the top, I'm just going to use my 6-inch little Fisker ruler here. I'm going to take the jute and I'm going to go around it about 6 times. That should be a good size bow for that. And then I'm just going to take a piece of this and tie that in the center. Actually, I'm going to take 2 pieces of this and tie it in the center. So I've just got it in the center there. Just going to tie a knot. And another knot. And then I'm going to tie it. Actually, just going to hot glue it right on there. there for a minute. Try not to get my finger stuck to it. And actually, I'm going to put a little bit, it's wanting to flop over, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there to kind of keep that in place. Same thing on this side. Snip these tails off a little bit. And there you have it. I will hang this up and come back and show you the finished product. Okay, so there you have it. Super cute. Super simple. Very easy to make. It's got $4 in it from the Dollar Tree. 3 things of flowers, the heart form, and then I just had jute that I had purchased at the Dollar Tree, so you could say $5, although that was a little piece of a roll that comes 3 in a pack from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to get you a little closer so you can see kind of how the form looks. Alright everybody, again, this is part of a DIY challenge hosted by Heidi Sonboul. You can find her channel linked in the description below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. Leave me a comment and let me know what you would like to see in the future. Thanks for stopping by Mayhem, everybody. Have a great day. Bye now.